it means a lot.
It was beautiful to me.
Show me what you got. Show me what you got.
Hi, I'm John Davis. Join us on the next Motor Week as we search for the pinnacle of minivan poshness in the Chrysler Pacifica. Then see how sport, luxury, and utility come together in Acura's MDX.
Saturday at 5 on MPT.
Boutique Air. Since 2006, Clarent Foundation has awarded grants totaling over $6 million to 87 organizations in Maryland and the District of Columbia, committed to improving healthcare and services for all. Visit clarent.com to learn more. Baltimore Washington Medical Center utilized a Maryland Energy Administration combined heat and power grant, enabling the hospital to operate without interruption in times of power outages due to weather emergencies or disasters. Learn more at energy.maryland.gov.
State Circle is made by MPT to serve all of our diverse communities and is made possible by the generous support of our members. Thank you.
Connecting Marylanders to their government. This is State Circle.
Good evening. Welcome to State Circle. Coming up tonight, two of Maryland's top teachers on what the next school year might look like. And the PBS Short Film Festival features a Maryland chef's recipe for success. But first tonight, you've heard about the new faster 5G cellular data. Well, along with that speed comes some controversy over where to place thousands of new antennas. Nancy Yamada has our story.
5G is mostly a marketing term for one of what I would consider the biggest land grabs in history, and that is the front yards in neighborhoods.
As executive director of the Environmental Health Trust, Theodora Scarrato spends much of her time talking about the dangers of allowing what she calls unfettered access to build cell towers in the name of 5G technology.
5G is used with a promise of bridging the digital divide or bringing these fast downloads. But really what industry wants to do is deregulate and be able to put their equipment wherever they want, when they want, and not have people complaining, not have permitting processes.
Scarrato claims some homeowners are waking up to 5G small cells or low-powered cellular radio access nodes placed in their front yard, but technically in the right-of-way, so there's nothing they can do.
There's serious concerns raised about the increased radiation, which is simply factual because it's documented that where small cells are rolled out, the wireless radiation, the ambient levels are going to be increased.
Leading global health authorities have found no health risks that wireless facilities, whether it's a tower, whether it's a small cell, that are meeting the regulatory guidelines on radiation or emission. They don't pose any threat to public.
Ricken Thacker is the Chief Technology Officer for the Wireless Infrastructure Association. He says the future is 5G technology. The industry is expected to create 4.3 million jobs and do more than bring just faster connectivity.
It's going to transform how people and machine communicate and even how industries do business, actually.
Proponents contend 5G technology will help bring wireless connectivity to the underserved.
So there is this big myth around 5G that 5G will only be provided in the metro areas or in the large urban areas only. That's not true. We already have operators deploying 5G at their large towers as well, which provides very big coverage, goes to the rural areas as well.
But opponents say 5G won't solve the issue of affordability. It's clear the 5G rollout still faces many hurdles, including lawsuits and contentious zoning hearings. It's unclear whether the promise of 5G will outweigh concerns over aesthetics and health. I'm Nancy Yamada for State Circle.
Thanks, Nancy. Joining us now is Robert McCartney, columnist for The Washington Post. Bob, thank you for joining us.
Jeff, it's good to be here.
In advance of our interview, I've been paying attention to cell phone towers for the past few days and noticed that the ones we've gotten used to over the past couple of decades, They go a couple hundred feet in the air. They have this triangular apparatus at the top. They are incredibly ugly. And by comparison, the 5G antennas are works of art. But as you report, the thing with the 5G antennas is that they have to be everywhere. You can't just stick them out by the highway.
Right. The 5G technology they have shorter range. The antennas have shorter range. So in order to get the kind of coverage you want, which is of course blanket coverage, so you can get 5G service everywhere, you've got to put these antennas in many, many, many more places than the 4G antennas were erected. So the industry is putting up a lot of these very quickly, and it's beginning to annoy some people.
And it's annoying people all over the place. This isn't a Montgomery County issue, an Ocean City issue. This is everywhere.
Absolutely. What I discovered when I was reporting this column is I got a tip about, concerns along the Delaware and Maryland beaches where these cell towers are going up, these new cell towers are going up and, spoiling the view of the ocean or the dunes. And I thought it was likely to be a local story. But what I found out with just a few phone calls in about 24 hours was that these kinds of objections and these kinds of concerns are being raised all over the country. Literally hundreds of locales are struggling with this. And it's really become a big issue for a lot of county and municipal governments, especially in resort towns, either on beaches or in the mountains, where these towers are going up and hurting the scenic views.
It sounds like from your reporting, the locals may have won the Battle of Dewey Beach.
Right. Yeah, well, no, they have at least a temporary victory. There was a big protest in Dewey Beach that 5 of these cell towers, these 5G cell towers, were erected by Verizon right at the dunes, basically right at the spot where you walk, from the neighborhood onto the beach. And people thought they were really bad eyesores. So Verizon had the legal right to leave those poles there, but the public opposition was so strong that Verizon has agreed to remove 3 of the 5 and put the technology instead back on the highway away from the beach. But 2, caveats there. One is they do not have a formal agreement with Verizon to do so, or a set date when the 3 towers are going to be removed. Verizon has said they'll be removed, but there's no formal agreement. But even worse, just a few days later, AT&T asked the town for permission. Well, it didn't ask the town for permission. It told the town it planned to put up towers in exactly those spots that Verizon was vacating. So they're going to now have to have a fight with the local people who object. Are going to have a fight with AT&T as well.
One of the little secrets about this is that most of these things are owned by some companies that contract out to the cell phone companies. So you're dealing with American Tower, Crown Castle, and so forth. The legal side of this. So you mentioned that the local zoning authorities. There's also federal communications law. What governs?
Right. Well, this is really the crux of the issue. The Federal Communications Commission, the FCC, has been very eager to get this 5G technology deployed as quickly as possible because they see it as an economic competitiveness issue. We don't want to be behind China in particular in developing this technology, which is very powerful. I mean, let's note, 5G promises to increase internet speeds by up to 100 times what we have now. And plus, provide, it's crucial for autonomous, self-driving vehicles, the Internet of Things, all kinds of stuff. So the FCC really wants to get this stuff installed as quickly as possible. So it has ruled that that local governments, cannot effectively, materially prohibit this technology from being installed. So the federal regulations say that neither state nor local governments can prevent this stuff from going up. And a number of states have actually passed laws who are also eager to help the telecom industry. A number of states have passed laws saying that even local governments can't do anything to stop these. But in a lot of states, about half the states, maybe a little bit more than half, the local zoning authorities can, pass zoning laws about where they can, refuse to give permits if the towers do not meet certain aesthetic requirements. So that's where the power lies with these local governments. But the local governments there's two problems. One is, in many cases, the local governments aren't aware that they have this power, and they have
other stuff to worry about, right?
Excuse me?
They have other stuff to worry about.
Of course, yeah. But also, they're very worried about getting sued by either the telecom companies or the site developers, the contractors whom you mentioned, who actually build this stuff and own it and then lease it to the telecom companies. They're very worried about getting sued. And they have a good reason to be worried about getting sued, because federal law basically leans in favor of the industry. So these little local governments, county and municipal governments, they don't have the money or the legal talent to go up against Verizon or AT&T. And so they tend to just go along with, they tend to just let the telecom companies do it. But now there's a lot of grassroots protests putting pressure on the local governments to take a firmer stand.
You can read Robert McCartney's work in the Washington Post at WashingtonPost.com. Bob, thank you for the time.
My pleasure, Jeff.
Our newsmakers this week are Jerome Pickens, a fifth grade teacher from Howard County. He teaches at Bryant Woods Elementary, and Amber Wright, dance teacher at Kent Island High School in Queen Anne's County. Thank you both for being with us. You're both Teacher of the Year honorees. I'll start by just asking both of you to tell me a little bit about your professional background, the recognition you have earned. Let's start with Amber.
Great. Thank you so much, Jeff, for having me. It's such an honor to be here. I teach dance at Kent Island High School. It is just a wonderful place to teach. I've been teaching for 25 years. I started out as an elementary school teacher and then just kind of progressed right through middle school, and now I'm a high school teacher. So I teach dance at the high school. I teach ballet, tap, jazz, modern, and all the styles of dance. It was so exciting to have been selected as Queen Anne's County Teacher of the Year last year. The recognitions that I received, I was on our local TV station. I got interviewed by our local newspaper. The gifts from the county commissioners and the community really, gave us gifts as well. I also received just so many little notes and congratulations and so much help from everyone. So the Board of Education has been great. My principal, the administration, everybody was just wonderful. And it was such a great experience meeting my fellow Teachers of the Year, and working with the Darla was amazing.
Great. And Jerome, your background.
Thank you for having me. It's such an honor to be here today. I am going into my 10th year of teaching. I started off working in Baltimore County and transitioned to Howard County 5 years ago. I have taught 2nd grade, 4th grade, and 5th grade. I'm currently teaching 5th grade at the amazing Bryant Woods Elementary School in Columbia, Maryland. I am so honored to have won Howard County Teacher of the Year and was nominated for Maryland Teacher of the Year. It has been such a whirlwind, and being able to experience it with my fellow staff members at Bryant Woods, my administration, even my superintendent, it has been such an awesome experience. I have learned so much and was able to connect with so many other Maryland Teacher of the Year, and it has been such an amazing experience. Some of the awards and recognitions I was able to, meet with my superintendent and kind of plan different things in the county as far as working with our new teachers during new teacher orientation. I was able to help some of our new teachers and new instructional team leaders and kind of give them guidance on how to be an effective instructional team leader. And all of those experiences have been such an amazing time. And I enjoy connecting and mentoring with other colleagues.
Well, we appreciate the opportunity to talk with both of you. And my first question is one that you could each write a book on. And that is, how did the pandemic affect you and your students and your work? And maybe we'll start with Jerome.
I would say the students are so resilient. They were able to do some amazing work virtually. In the beginning, it was very hard to kind of adjust to not being in person and to be virtual and being on camera and to be in the comforts of your home. And a lot of the students felt so comfortable being home that they didn't want to, be in a school setting. And by the end, they were so excited to show whatever they're working on at home, some of the things that they have cooked, some of the activities that their families have made. And I just am in awe of all of the things that they are able to do. Some of my students that were really shy in person flourish virtually. And it brought me to tears because they were some of the students that were kind of in the background in the classroom were able to finally shine. And as a teacher, I have learned that it is important that we make sure that we are tapping into different learning styles so that students are able to shine bright.
Amber, your experience, and how do you teach dance class remotely when you had to do that?
Yes. So if you had asked me a year prior, I would have said, no way, there's no way I can teach dance remotely. But, Jeff, it turned out to be a wonderful experience. Just like Jerome said, the students in the back of the room kind of shined. Well, when you're on Zoom, there's no back of the room. So everybody had to just be brave and turn their cameras on. And they had to trust me that I would make them feel comfortable. And they did. And so I stood in my room, my makeshift studio, and I danced, and they were on camera and they danced, and we made it work. And then when we finally were able to come back in person, I had my camera going in one corner, and then I was in person with my students in the studio, and we made that work. And everybody just really had to be brave, and we had to trust each other. And that's what we did. And it worked out fine.
Did either of you have kids who weren't able to connect? I know Jerome in middle of Columbia, there's pretty good broadband availability, but maybe, financial issues for some. And Amber, on Kent Island, there have to be places where there just isn't any good broadband.
Right. So just on Kent Island, we're pretty fortunate. Most of our students were able to connect for the most part. There were some parts during the day that were a little spotty. As you move further north, I think towards Sudlersville and that area, I think they may have had more of an issue sometimes, but everybody had access to the internet if they drove to different places. But for the most part on Kent Island, we were good. We were connected.
Jerome, your experience.
In Howard County, we were fortunate enough to have all of our students we were able to be one-to-one devices, which means that all of our students were able to have a device. If some of our families were not able to have internet connection, we provided them with hotspots. So most of our students were able to connect and be a part of our virtual environment, which is awesome.
What do you think happens next? I mean, the idea that, thank goodness, it seems like the pandemic is receding. It's not over. We look ahead to the fall and people are going to start getting colds and hopefully not the flu. But, you're going to have a lot of things going on, and maybe this hybrid environment. Does the hybrid environment work well? What do you see ahead?
Well, I think the hybrid doesn't work well. The hybrid environment doesn't work well. It works well enough. If that's what we have to do, then yes, it works fine. In the future, I really hope that we stick with some of the lessons that we learned during the pandemic. I enjoy having Zoom meetings with parents and with students. Sometimes, I was able to have just a quick Zoom meeting at 5 o'clock in the afternoon on a Saturday. Those kinds of things I hope we continue to practice.
I'm excited for in-person instruction. I think that there are many different pieces of in hybrid and virtual learning that we could use. Like Amber just said, using Google Meets or Zoom to meet with parents, or have maybe parent orientations or parent events, because during the school year when we were kind of like surveying our parents at my school, they felt that it would be easier to have those virtual meetings because their schedules are so busy, and it's easier to connect and still do the things that they need to do in the evening that way. As far as students, I feel that most of our students would benefit with being back in person full time, because there are many different pieces to in-person instruction, and such as with the handwriting, making sure that they're learning how to handwrite, how to write correctly. And also that social connection with their peers is so important. Working at BS, Black Student Achievement Program is called the Summer Institute that I work in this summer. I am seeing that a lot of the students are just happy to interact with their peers, and they just seem so happy just to have that ability to talk face to face and have that human to human connection.
Our thanks to Jerome and Amber. Now the PBS Short Film Festival features an MPT-produced film about Chef Stephen Albright of the Baltimore Franciscan Center. Chef Steve, once incarcerated, now helps others to get their lives on track.
I get released, I move into a halfway house in Baltimore, and then within 30 days I was enrolled at Stratford University Culinary School. I graduated magna twice. I went to work at any place I could to get my skills up. This May 29th, I celebrated 13 years of total and complete abstinence from alcohol and drugs, which is a miracle.
And Chef Steve joins us now. Sir, thank you for being with us. It's been, I guess, not quite a couple of years since that film was made. What's been happening in your life? What's been happening at the center?
Well, yeah, so we still continue to serve meals here every day at the Franciscan Center all throughout the pandemic. To give you a rough idea, since January of 2021, we've served close to 190,000 meals. We are now in partnership with Baltimore City Homeless Services, and we're serving to 10 homeless encampments throughout the city. So our outreach is still very, very vibrant, but our main core business of serving meals here every day at the center is starting to pick up. We realize now we're about 200 meals a day at the door, so it's about 1,000 meals a week.
Wow, I was hoping to hear that your business is starting to fall off a little bit, that maybe
Yes.
people are getting back on their feet.
Yeah, unfortunately, we still see a need. Pre-pandemic, the center actually served between 300 and 500 meals a day. So we always had people coming here. But now with the outreach, working with the city, we're serving about 750 meals to a variety of encampments throughout the city weekly. So there's still a need for food, and people are still hungry.
Exciting to hear that you're broadening out your work to do some culinary training. That's a relatively new effort.
It is. In March, we started a culinary training academy to help the underserved. Unfortunately, everyone is not able to afford culinary training, especially some of the population that we serve, returning citizens, people that are homeless and so forth. So we try to stabilize them in a way, and we've graduated our first cohort in May with 5 students. We since have started our second, and we're in week 4 of our second cohort of 10 students. So it's growing. Everyone is, it's open to anybody. We don't, we have a couple of areas of criteria that we look at, but the main thing is someone that's interested in cooking and working in the food service industry.
What made it a good field for you? I mean, you had a love of cooking. I heard you say in the story that you watch cooking shows on TV. When you're looking for somebody to train to go have a career in this field, what are you looking for?
Well, Jeff, for me, it's been a lot about second chances. So, as a returning citizen and being able to watch cooking shows, all through my incarceration on Saturday and Sunday, MPT, I want to share in that hope. And that's one of the reasons I work at the Franciscan Center, because our slogan is sharing hope and dignity since 1968. Being able to give these classes and teach, I want to let everyone know out there that, hey, second chances are here. Your past doesn't define your future, especially with me. I mean, 7 years ago when I was released from active incarceration to now being the culinary director here and serving as all these meals, it's a very rewarding and giving, so I've been blessed with a lot of good fortune. And I just want to let those folks know that it's available to them too, if they want it.
And you work with a lot of people, different circumstances, but a lot of shared experience in terms of having been through hard times, being really appreciative and ready, willing, able to work hard going forward.
Yeah, that has been, especially here at the Franciscan Center, that has been the mission since, beginning of time, I think. But since 1968, when Sister Marciano developed this food program, we've always looked at, and it's not just food. We also have a variety of services. We offer IDs, dental, birth certificates. So we have a whole responsive outreach department as well. And that's what we're doing when we go out and do this outreach into these encampments. It's not just bringing food, but we're also there to see, hey, how can we help you? How can we get you back to, stability? How can we get you into a home or an apartment?
Our thanks to Chef Steve. You can see this film and many others at pbs.org/film festival. That's pbs.org/film festival. And that is State Circle for this week. We're back Monday with Direct Connection. Remember to follow us on Twitter and Facebook at MPT News. Now for all of us at MPT, thanks for watching and have a good night.
This program was made by MPT to serve all of our diverse communities.
In the summer of 1958, England is in a Cold War.
What do you think of this rocket that's gone up?
And Russian-born inventor Samuel Petrukin
Here goes.
is caught in the middle of it.
We work for the government.
The portrait of a family
It's idiotic to be taught how to sit.
in a world on the edge of change.
They want you to do something for us.
To spy on my friends.